Okay, so this is my understanding of jazz, step one. And by the way, I've got COVID, so this is the best I can do. Sorry. Anytime I play an instrument and I want to figure out what key I want to play it in, I take the lowest note on the instrument. In this case, it's a C sharp, and I like to play in the key that's a half step above that. Right. So this would be the C sharp, D, right, and that's because that gives me what I like to call the kickstart note, right? But jazz is about approaching the melody, is for what I think. So anything you like. So like that is, let's say it's a melody, right? So how can I approach that? So like, um, sorry, COVID sucks. I'm gonna write a song about it. I'm gonna map it out, and it's gonna be pretty cool. Hopefully, it might sound like crap the way I feel, which would be representative anyway, right? So, so it's like, let's say this is the melody. Sorry. Right? All right, so if that's the melody, then how do I approach that, right? So my favorite is the half step, which is why I usually play in the key that's a half step above the lowest note of my instrument. So this is, that's it, right? So it's like, so approaching the first note would be, right? And then approaching the second note, if I did a half step, let's see. Right? And then the third note, so this is the, again, this is the melody. And we're approaching that melody by this. And I'm a little sloppy. I will feel better soon, I'm pretty sure. Okay. So what I want to do for the third note, since it's just a 3-note melody, I'm going to approach the third note with a whole step. Right? So the first step, first note, half step for the second note, and then whole step for the second note. That gives it kind of a major ring, right? So let's decide. Is this better? Or 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 again, sorry. I want to record this video because I was thinking about this and I really don't have much to do except for play guitars and try to stay hydrated right now. One thing about jazz and blues and music in general is there is the idea of a perfect melody, and I don't know what that would be. But there's also the truth that there's no perfection in this world, right? So imperfection itself is beautiful, right? Yeah, I don't know why I was holding the guitar wrong anyway. So like, so when you're making music, if you have a score or something you were planning on writing down and you make a mistake, a lot of times that gives the sound and the feeling of the music more feeling, more reality, right? And so I apologize this video is so long, and we're going to talk about just approaching a melody. But I guess I just was trying to. COVID sucks. All right, so if you're approach a melody or approach a note, so and when you're playing music, when you're soloing, and when you're doing improvisation, the only thing that matters is what note you just played and what note you're about to play, right? And then how do you get to that note? Right? So there's usually it's a half step approach or a whole step approach, but there could be different approaches, right? So like, well, I'm gonna think about this one, but let's say that this is the melody again, right? Sorry, that's why I had this guitar over here. So you could approach it from. Sorry. So a different way to approach that would be from a fourth, right? Or from an octave. Or from a fourth below the octave. Sorry. Yeah, so I don't know if this has been a good lesson or not, but don't get COVID. And like when you're putting together your if you're writing a solo or if you're improvising, either way, just think about what key you're in, what note you want to play next, what note you're playing right now, how you're going to approach the note you want to play next, and then if you're playing something like an accidental that's outside of the scale you're playing on, then play it and decide how you're going to bring that into the melody. So something we talk about in blues is dissonance and resolution, right? And hopefully we'll get to that. Right now, I'm just going to drink some more water and watch some TV. But you guys stay strong and don't get COVID, okay? Thanks.